how Marik's rare hunters were censored or changed. Let's watch.
A story in a show is only as good as the villains are, and Battle City is widely regarded as one of the strongest arcs in the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I even believe it's one of the greatest arcs in the entire Yu-Gi-Oh franchise.
Alright, that's huge. Yu-Gi-Oh franchise sounds like a lot, but I do think is where it gets actually good. Like, I was rewatching it and Battle City just, it's so good, dude. It's so good. I don't know.
And the villain group in that arc, the Rare Hunters, certainly helped play a major role in increasing the stakes and making that arc so memorable. And in this video, we are going to look at how the anime subbed and dubbed censored the Rare Hunters.
I'm really curious, like, aside from, you know, the Shadow Realm, people weren't going to go to the Shadow Realm. They were actually going to die in some cases, right? In the Arcana one, and also in the like Loomis and Umbra, I think. Yeah, in those. Hello, Ahmed. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean, some are obvious, but I'm ready to get surprised. I'm ready to get surprised.
Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. We did this for the Doma boys not too long ago, and in this video, we are going to be looking at all of the censors and changes that were made to the Rare Hunter group. Now, we are not going to include Marik or Rashid in this video. I think that's going to be a separate video, as you can talk for a long time about the changes made to the two of them and their backstories, but we are going to be looking at changes that were made from the original manga to the subbed Yu-Gi-Oh version and the subbed Yu-Gi-Oh version to the dubbed Yu-Gi-Oh version regarding all of the Rare Hunters that dueled Yugi in the preliminary stages of Battle City. Without further
Dude, yeah, I know Marik's motives were changed kinda a little bit. Yeah, alright.
further ado, I hope you enjoy. So we have to start with one that was not present in the original manga, and that is Bandit Keith. Bandit Keith kicks off the Battle City arc, challenging Yugi to a duel, which leads Bakura to infecting one of the Millennium puzzle pieces. In the manga, this replaced all of the Duke Devlin and Mr. Clown stuff that was heavily changed in the anime, and in the manga, Bandit Keith is killed during the Duelist Kingdom arc after losing to Jinochi in a duel when Pegasus inflicts a penalty game on him. In the anime, Bandit Keith is dumped from the castle and rescued by Marik, although you could definitely put quotes around the term rescued because he is immediately made into a mind slave and is forced to duel Yugi. There's not too many differences in this duel between the sub and the dub that's worth noting, but in the original manga, Bandit Keith was not a member of the Rare Hunters. Another quick interjection, you may hear the term ghoul when you watch the original version, and that's because the ghouls are actually what the Rare Hunters are called.
Yeah, why they were called ghouls, which I guess it makes perfect sense. Why was it translated to Rare Hunters? Because they were hunting rare cards? That's it? I never thought about it, but I guess I thought they were rare, but no, they were hunting rare cards. But from ghouls? Why? Well, I guess, I don't know.
In the original version, the Rare Hunters are just a subsection of the ghouls, and those are the ones that we see duel Yugi, whereas in the English dub, all of the group are just referred to as the Rare Hunters. Moving on to our first manga Rare Hunter, only known as Rare Hunter or Rare Hunter 1 in the manga and the original version, but some of you may know him as Seeker, which is the name that the English dub gave him. Now, in both versions, he does duel Joey, defeating him with Exodia and taking his Red Eyes Black Dragon, but the way his duel ends against Yugi is actually different in the original manga. In the manga, as soon as Yugi uses Light Force Sword in order to render
So this guy looks so funny in the manga. he looks so funny. Also, something I learned is that Bandit Keith has a Christian cross. I don't remember if that was in the anime, being a long time. But later stuff, they remove a Christian cross from him. Yeah, that makes sense.
the Exodia auto win strategy void and null, the rare hunter is actually not able to continue the duel. He just doesn't have the will to duel further because he knows that he has no chance of defeating Yugi if he can't summon Exodia.
He has no other win condition. It's over.
And so he just surrenders. Whereas in the anime, Yugi actually goes on to attack Seeker and defeat him, reducing his life points to 0. In the original version, we then see this rare hunter just fall unconscious, whereas in the dub, it's specifically stated by Marik that he is banishing Seeker to the Shadow Realm, and honestly, that's probably a worse fate than just having him fall unconscious. Next up is Pandora, or Arcana in the English dub. Now, personally, this is my favorite of the rare hunter fleet. I think the duel that him and Yugi had was incredibly entertaining, and it's the best mirror match duel we have ever seen in Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, I 100% agree. This duel seems like so cool. Like, I know it technically doesn't make much sense in the gameplay aspect of it, but the idea of it is really, really awesome. I really enjoy this. Rewatching it, it was way better than I remembered.
This duel also contains one of the most well-known censorships, and that is the Dark Energy disc. For those of you that don't know, as soon as this duel starts, both of the duelist's legs are chained to the wall, and these saw blades come out of the wall. As soon as one of the duelist's life points hit 0, the saw blades will quite literally slice off their legs, which is insanely sadistic. But in the English dub, these saw blades were changed to quote-unquote dark energy discs.
Why did I think about that, Chad? Did you know about this when you were watching this as a kid in the dub? Did you think about it? Did your mind did it ever cross your mind that maybe this was censored and it wasn't meant to be and they were actual, saws?
And as soon as contact was made with the duelist, they would be immediately sent to the Shadow Realm, which is still one of my favorite censorship attempts that the English dub tried to do. Now, as soon as the duelist wins, their key box unlocks and they're able to get themselves free. Yugi ends up saving Pandora in all versions, but only for a short amount of time. In the original anime and in the English dub, Pandora just basically goes unconscious after Marik speaks through him, but in the original manga, Pandora's fate is implied to be extremely dark. Marik specifically...
I did not question it back in the days. Well, yeah, me neither. We were dumb kids.
Specifically states that to tie up the loose end of Pandora, he's going to use knowledge of Pandora's twice considered suicide, bringing up those memories, and so that as soon as Pandora awakens, he will be assaulted with suicidal impulses and end his life, which is something that both versions of the anime completely omitted from the show. Really, really dark. I think it shows just how twisted Marik was as a character. And yeah, it's pretty safe to assume that in the manga, Pandora is not going to survive much longer after this duel.
Dang. Okay, let me ask you, at the time we were kids, we were really easy to mimic things. How many kids would literally find saw blades to recreate this duel? Did you find dark energy discs as a kid?
The next rare hunter is the doll in the original version, or strings in the English dub. Now, I know this is a lot of people's favorite rare hunter. Personally, he scared the crap out of me when I was a kid, although I have grown to appreciate the design as my years have gone by. I think the biggest...
Really? I always found this guy cringe. I always thought like, yeah, this is not a real person, this is just a puppet for Marik, right? He's dueling Marik, like the person that is used for this doesn't really matter. I don't know. Why would I want to cut my legs off? Yeah, well, obviously. I don't know. I like that duel. I like how Slifer is defeated. Like, technically Slifer isn't defeated, but it's the Marik is defeated, right? By the Slifer's quote-unquote weakness. I found that really awesome. It only makes sense in the show, right, under those rules, but it's still really cool.
difference regarding this character is the backstory that is completely omitted
He has a
in both
backstory?
versions of the anime that exists in the manga. You see, in the original manga, Marik informs Yugi that the doll was a mime who killed his parents
What?
and then sealed away his own conscience out of guilt and became one of the rare hunters. And Marik loved this because he was a very easy weapon for Marik to control, because essentially his mind was an empty vessel since he sealed away his own conscience.
Interesting. Your doll's seen better days, Marik. Not the most dignified bearer for a god card. This mime, I want to do the voice, but I can't. I know I can think about the Marik's voice, but it's so funny. This mime went mad years ago when he killed his parents. Out of guilt, he locked his conscience away. He doesn't have a shred of emotion left, an empty vessel, so to speak. But for me, there is no better weapon. This is beautiful, dude.
Now, any mention of him killing his own parents is completely removed in both versions of the anime, and this is definitely the biggest censorship when it comes to the doll in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. And then finally, we have the Mask of Light and the Mask of Darkness. Now, in the English dub, these characters are referred to as Umbra and Loomis, and they are the duelists who tag duel Seto Kaiba and Yugi on top of the roof, starting with a big English dub censorship. In the original version, when these four are dueling on the roof, as soon as a duelist's life points hit 0, the glass floor below them will break, and they will just straight up fall 13 or however many stories it is to their death. Simple as that. Well, the English dub, always trying to remove death whenever it can, decided that they would once again lean into the Shadow Realm. And if a duelist's life points at 0, the glass would shatter and they would fall directly into a portal, taking them into the Shadow Realm, which would have been the most hilarious way to censor death in Battle City, if not for the already mentioned dark energy discs in the Yugi Pandora duel.
These two are so absurd. I don't know, dude. What was I thinking? What was I thinking?
Also, the way that this duel starts is different in the manga. You see, in the original manga, the Mask of Light and Mask of Darkness do not kidnap Mokuba, which is how they get Kaiba and Yugi to duel in the anime, but instead, they just throw a chastity belt, I believe it's called, on Seto Kaiba's duel disc, and he is not able to duel anymore.
Excuse me? What the hell is this? A chastity belt? Wait. It is actually translated like that. What? This duelist chastity belt will make sure you don't run away? What the? A ghoul? I gotcha. What in the world? Some kind of steel shackles around Kaiba's duel disc? No, that is a duelist chastity belt. It's on your god cards are locked in place. So you look so sad, Kaiba. What the hell? Why have I never heard of this? This sounds like something that everyone will always be talking about. Kaiba with a chastity belt? What the hell? Sorry, what? Denying Kaiba from his blue eyes heresy. Yeah, excuse me. What? Okay, dude. Alright. Dude, this anime is this manga is a whole different thing. Okay.
Or in the tournament, unless he goes to the top of the roof and duels the two men, the Mask of Light and the Mask of Darkness. I guess the anime just felt, hey, let's run up the Mokuba kidnap count as much as we can and throw in another instance of Mokuba being kidnapped. I don't really know why they changed that. I feel like them throwing a foreign device on Kaiba's duel disc was not like weird or dark or anything like
you think
that.
So?
It just feels like it was another...
Dude, This is so weird. What are you talking about? The name is physically like, why is it called like that? It didn't need to be called like that. It could be like a, what are the things that they put in cars? So when they get so they don't move, they put something on the wheels, right? It could be, I don't know what that's called, but maybe you can call it like that. Why does it have to be a chastity belt? That is so weird.
Other chance the writers had to have Mokuba be kidnapped, and they just jumped at the opportunity, which is, you know, pretty silly. There's not really any other big censorship notes to highlight regarding the Mask of Light and Mask of Darkness. And ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up. I may have missed some little things. I really wanted to just cover all of the big differences from the Yu-Gi-Oh manga to the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime.
It's Kaiba, so it's basically the same thing. Yes.
To the Yu-Gi-Oh English dub. It is crazy when looking back on Duel Monsters, especially the arcs that took place in the original manga, just how much censorship there is between both adaptations, right? The original anime and the English dub version of the anime. And again, Rashid and Marik are absolutely members of the Rare Hunters. But as I said at the top of this video, if I'm going to do a video on them, I'm going to save that because there is so much to talk about, especially with Marik. I mean, his motivations are totally different in the English dub compared to the original anime and manga, but we'll get to that in another video. If you like these types of videos, please let me know more groups or characters you'd love to see me dive into. We've done this for the Doma crew, so if you want to see my video on them, I will have it linked down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to you in the comments, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.
Okay, we're definitely watching all those videos when I'm done rewatching those parts, right? Recently I watched I finished this part, so when we get there, we will get there and we'll watch all the things. So yeah. Slink's backstory wasn't expected, I just developed. Dude, I already know what the thumbnail is gonna be for this video. I already know what I'm gonna put in the thumbnail. This one is like one of the easiest ones. There is no way. I had no idea. I feel this should be in the thumbnail. I don't know why it isn't in this video, but I will put it on mine definitely. So yeah, honestly, it kind of, this type of video really makes me want to read the manga. I will maybe sometime, but I will need to rewatch the full anime first, or maybe I should do it simultaneously. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, thank you for the suggestion.